Alright guys, let's talk money now. Am I a millionaire? Absolutely not, but I am in a shed here that costs, the same as somebody's mortgage, and it's filled with crap that I don't need. My very first job at 15 years old was working at Big W. I believe I was on about $9.30 an hour, and I actually worked there for a couple of years, but I was still in school, and $30 back then was a lot of money. So I left Big W, I worked at a games arcade for around 3 years while I was at university, and actually really suited my lifestyle, and honestly I didn't mind it. That was only about 23 bucks an hour. I ended up working at a Specialized Hold'em Records for a few days, and I really enjoyed that job. That was great. I did leave the games arcade to go and work at Autobarn. I think base was around $29 an hour, but I mostly worked weekends, which was like 38, and then on a Sunday I think it was like 50, around that. And between working at the Records and working at Autobarn, I was probably making about $1,600 a week. And this was back when you could rent a brand new 4-bedroom house for $350 a week. So I was doing pretty well back then. I was living in a share house. COVID happened and I decided to make a career change, so I went into carpentry. I started a carpentry apprenticeship, and at the moment I'm not that far away from going into my 4th year. Now, because I decided to take on an apprenticeship, I did take a pay cut. I'm getting older, so I'm a mature age apprentice. It's around 55 grand a year. Because it's an apprenticeship, that money really just lets me survive, but it does pay me more in skills. Property maintenance is actually one of my strengths, so I decided to get an ABN and go subby. Because of the poor quality of new builds, it's actually quite easy to find work in this area, especially if you sort of specialise in it. And just doing that after hours and on weekends netted me almost $50,000 in addition last year, so that has really helped fund this whole build. Another thing I did is start Shed Shirts, which is a licensed Hold'em merchandise store. So if you guys buy any merchandise from Shed Shirts, it does help me out, helps me out here. Because I have an active contract with General Motors, I cannot discuss numbers. However, it is doing pretty well and I love doing it. I'm going to continue to do it. And once my apprenticeship's up, I will pursue it much harder than I am right now.